News Talk 96.9, 745, 75 degrees outside, on our way to 103 at least. Ew.
And let's go to the telephone lines right now. We've got Michael Sandler, author of College Confidence with ADD, on the line with us. Good morning, sir. Welcome to News Talk 96.9.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. Tell us a little bit about what college students need to do if they suffer from ADD.
Oh, the first thing that they're going to need to do is get in touch with their Disability Student Services office. They should do that before they even show up for classes, before they even get to school, and they should ask what accommodations they could get. Maybe it's registering for classes early. Maybe it's going to be getting additional time on tests or other services available to them. But they're going to want to register early so that they get a safety net put in place before they even get to school for the fall.
And then once they do get in school, what can they do to help with those long, boring lectures and all that studying and reading?
Well, for the long, boring lectures, they're going to want to try to set themselves up for success. Look for classes that aren't as large, that aren't as impersonal, like a 400 or 500 person lecture hall. Instead, look for smaller classes or different times that you can take the class so that it is a reduced class size. Then you're going to want to sit as up front as possible so that you can keep eye contact with the professor so that you can be constantly engaged. You're going to want to do such things as multitasking. Maybe it's taking notes at the same time that you're skimming through your book or on your laptop looking up information for the topic that the professor is talking about. And it's going to be keeping yourself well-fueled. None of us, whether you're ADD or XYZ, can focus very well if we're thinking about food or if our blood sugar's low. So you're going to want to make sure that you eat a good quality breakfast that's higher in protein and fat and lower in quick-burning carbohydrates before you get to class, and then keep yourself fueled throughout the day. When it comes to studying, it's going to be a matter of figuring out, when do I concentrate best? When do I concentrate at my worst? Then scheduling your study time and have a repetitive time each day, same time, same place, finding out when you study best and where you study best and making sure you're at that place each day at that time. It'll probably mean scheduling it in either a PDA or in your cell phone, which has alarms these days, that will beep and tell you, okay, you want to go to the library now, or you want to go to a study place, you want to go to a computer lab, so that you know when what is coming next, and you're able to get your mind in gear for that study time.
Eliminate as many distractions as possible, turn off the TV and the radio, such like that?
Actually, potentially no. You may want to do the reverse. It depends. There are some students with ADD who need that white noise environment so that they can focus and concentrate. But more often than not, what's happening is our brain isn't stimulated enough with our chemical transmitter activity in our mind. So what we need is a little background noise or stimulus to be able to focus our minds enough to be able to allow us to concentrate so our mind isn't whirring off in 1,000 directions. So it may actually mean keeping a TV on or keeping a radio on with background noise, or going to a computer lab or a coffee shop where there's a little bit of hustle and bustle so that it forces us to focus and concentrate on our work. If it's too exciting, though, if we're watching a good movie, if we've got friends all around us, no, that's not going to work at all.
Is there any type of particular music or any kind of particular activity or noise that's more beneficial than others?
Great question. It does vary from individual to individual, but there are studies showing that certain types of music will raise, I think it's our beta or theta wave activity in our brains to allow us to get into more of a focus mindset. So it's best to try out different types of music to see what works best for you. But there are places like Sharper Image, Brookstone, where they do sell CDs which tend to have classical music that's supposedly tested to be able to allow your brainwave activity to be raised up enough to allow you to focus better. And I have seen students do better with that kind of music.
Well, now, they say that Mozart is especially good at that because generally it's at 60 beats per second, which is a resting heart rate beat that kind of throws you into that theta activity.
Oh, I love it. I think Mozart is great. I've seen a lot of success also from Vivaldi and a few others. But you're right. Music that gets you right at that correct frequency can help you to focus and concentrate. And it's also not exciting enough to where now you're really dancing to the beat and not getting any work done.
Now, for non-ADD students, it's often suggested that you only study for about 45 minutes at a time and then take a 15 to 20-minute break. Does that rule hold true for ADD kids as well, or is there a different study factor that they should follow?
I would have them follow even a reduced study pattern, which would be to work for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, take a 5 or 10 minute break, and then go back at it again. Can do that repeatedly for several hours, but you need to set like a little egg timer alarm, or there's software called Time Timer on the computer that's just fantastic. That helps either beeps, or with Time Timer software, I have it on my computer to derail me, to allow me to stop and do the next thing. It gets a cow mooing on the computer. And what it does is it says, okay, study for 10 or 15 minutes, moo. Okay, Bessie, I know, I've got to take a 5-minute break. I'll check my email. I'll look at 5 minutes of YouTube or something like that. Then it moos again, and I know, okay, jump right back into it. The key is constant, frequent breaks and rewards, because our brain is like a muscle. So we're going to use it heavy for 10 to 20 minutes, and we're going to fatigue it, then we're going to allow it to rest, and then jump right back into it.
Well, hey, these suggestions that you're giving, what about medication?
Oh, medication is fantastic insofar as it allows us to see the problems, to focus, and to concentrate. It's not the be-all, end-all. It's not IQ in a bottle, but it will help us focus and concentrate. At that point, though, we need to either grab a book like College Confidence with ADD, or another book out there, or work with a professional to figure out how to work best with our minds, because it is going to allow us to focus and concentrate and slow down to be able to see things, but it's still not going to answer the how-tos. How do I study? How do I juggle competing demands, multiple assignments, work with group project partners, or break down a term paper, which is going to be 20 pages. You're going to have to work on it the whole semester, so that I know I work on this piece here, the next piece there, and the next piece there. But it is one important piece of the puzzle. Along with it, though, I'd look at such things as diet, again, more of an Atkins-type diet, higher protein, higher fat. Daily exercise, at least 20 minutes of aerobic activity each day to help get our chemical or neurotransmitter activity going in our brains and allow us to focus and concentrate. And then things such as meditation or quiet time walking out in nature to focus and quiet the mind and shut down that 60,000 thoughts that are going through our head each and every day, so that our brains have a chance to relax and then focus and concentrate.